Time I met this woman, she pinned me to the ground. 5 months later, our child was born. Out of responsibility, I gave her and the baby a home. But every day, she dressed up in heavy makeup, stayed out all night, and left the baby to me alone. That night, as soon as she went out, I followed her. Holding the baby, I went into a bar and saw her lying in another man's arms. When I got home, I didn't say anything. I just wanted to talk to her calmly.
Is he even my son?
But in that moment, I realized I was just a backup. Consumed by rage, I pushed her. Her head slammed into the wall, but she never woke up again. A drop of water fell on her forehead. When I looked up, I realized my son was still in the bathtub. That day became the worst day of my life. Now, with nothing left, I turned myself in. I was sentenced to 25 years in prison. 20 years later, during an appendectomy, I escaped by jumping from the hospital window. I ran into a supermarket, and in the chaos I took a boy hostage, forcing him to take me to his mother.
This is my mother, Adele. Mom, this is Frank. Needs our help.
When Adele saw my bloody face, she tried to refuse to help, but this was my only way out. I grabbed her son by the neck. She nervously paid at the counter without alerting anyone. We went to her house. When I stepped inside and looked around, Adele secretly hid a knife. Sensing her fear, I refused the coffee she offered and admitted that I had just escaped from prison. That's when they realized they were helping a fugitive. I swore I wouldn't hurt them. Then the television suddenly played breaking news. A murderer had escaped. It was my face on the screen. Seeing Henry's terrified eyes, I decided not to drag them into trouble. I suggested tying Adele up, carefully helping her, moving her body gently, making sure not to hurt her. She could feel my tenderness and slowly began to relax, to apologize for intruding into their lives. I cooked dinner using what was in the fridge. Since she was tied up, I blew on the food and fed her bite by bite. That small act of care made her completely let her guard down. At night, patrol cars circled outside. I had no choice but to stay a little longer. The next morning, I got up early and made them breakfast. Adele tasted it and said it was surprisingly good. Henry, however, looked nervous, staring at the newspaper on the table, seeing the intelligence in his eyes.
Just know that there's more to this story than you'll see in that paper there.
How'd you escape?
I told the guard at the hospital if he left, I was going to jump out the window. He heard that and went to have a smoke. Nothing misleads people like the truth.
We started talking about his family.
How many brothers or sisters?
I've got a stepbrother and a half-sister. My dad takes me out to dinner with them on Sundays.
How does a fellow let a woman like your mother get away?
He got together with his secretary.
Good riddance.
That's when I learned he'd always lived alone with his mother. To repay them, I fixed the broken steps, stacked the firewood, and changed the oil in the car. I taught Henry how to play baseball. Adele watched me under the sunlight and even mended my torn pants for me. Just as I was enjoying this simple life, a neighbor suddenly came by. I immediately hugged Adele and told Henry to answer the door, reminding him not to give anything away. The neighbor brought peaches and warned that an escaped convict was nearby. Henry calmly saw him out. Afterward, I took the peaches and tasted one.
Good peach. Too bad they're all so ripe, I never get through them all.
You should throw most of them away before they rot.
I have another idea.
Not wanting to waste them, I taught them how to make peach bread. For a moment, we looked just like a real family. I held Adele's hands as we kneaded the dough, and I could feel her emotions shifting. Henry could tell his mom might be falling for me. I sat beside Adele, placing my hand gently on her waist. She rested her head on my shoulder, but then sirens blared outside the house. I decided not to cause them any more trouble. Under the cover of night, I prepared to leave, but Adele didn't want me to go.
Maybe tomorrow, once your stitches have had a little more time.
I'm not going to stop looking, Adele.
They have dogs that can smell your blood. You should probably let your stitches heal.
You should stay.